Supreme Magus, Chapter 81, Celebratory Banquet. All those who were spectating were so astonished to be at loss for words. Scarlet and the headmaster called each other so fast that it was impossible to know who had called first. "What the heck is that thing?" asked Linjos. "How the heck did a 4-year student get her hands on a stunner clacker's venom?" asked Scarlet. Having got his answer already, Linjos returned the favor. "Yesterday that group was attacked by clackers. One of the poisoned ones was rescued and managed to detoxify himself. I never expected for him to actually store the venom for later use. Son of a—" Scarlet turned back at the fight where the tables were quickly being turned. Termin had managed to land safely, but its energy reserves were scraping the bottom of the barrel. Belia, on the other hand, was finally showing all her prowess. By rearranging the eye shards that composed her armor, she was able to change the shape and size of its parts, sacrificing her defense. She turned her limbs in giant swords, hammers, sickles, whatever came to her mind that was better suited to juggle the chingy in midair, while her conjured weapons darted around, piling up the damage. Floria kept sticking close to the rye, while the venom started to take effect, making its movements sluggish and coordinated. Lit instead could feel that something was wrong. Despite all his efforts, after a few blows, Center had managed to put some distance between them, blocking the incoming attacks with air cushions that dissipated the force of each strike before it could reach the crown's body. "Damn it, Solus, remind me never to get close to a magical beast until I get a decent weapon. First the rye, now the crown. I'm too weak to get anything from physical attacks." There, Solus replied. "Look at the bright side. You learned this during an exercise, instead of risking your life on a gamble." "Yeah, you are damn right. This time the glass is half full, even for me." Lit stopped giving chase and started casting another powerful spell. But Center was too fast, even in its debilitated state. Swallowing its pride, the crone admitted defeat, using air fusion and air magic to run away as fast as it could. Centaur swooped down, rescuing Termin from Belia's clutches before it was too late. With a sudden U-turn, it grabbed also Emruk, using true air magic to make both its companions weightless. It was only then that Vision completed the third array, conjuring multiple elemental spheres that would attack any opponent he would design as a target. Alas, there was no one left. To his defense, the whole fight had barely lasted a minute, and every time he had to activate an array or dodge an incoming attack, his casting speed had been severely affected. Words and spells were more suited to be prepared from the rear guard rather than in the line of fire. "Damn," he yelled. "Right now, all the casting and the sweat for nothing? Who cares?" Belia was on cloud 9. "We won! This time, they were the ones running away. We should celebrate." "Where is Lit?" Floria cut her short, refusing to lower her guard yet. "Right here," said a voice from above. Watching his face, one could think they had actually lost. Lit could barely contain his anger and frustration. "Why did I even waste all the time learning martial arts again? They are useless against magical beasts and against humans. I just need a simple spell to kill or incapacitate them." "Well, maybe because you were so clumsy you would trip on your own feet," Solus sarcastically reminded him. "Also, they are not useless. All that footwork practice saved our lives countless times. If in the future you get cornered, what would have you said if you did not do it?" "Oh, why I was so arrogant?" Why I didn't learn them again? You are unbelievable. Nothing is good enough for you. Too cold, too hot, too lukewarm. Enough with your control issues. Quit whining and rejoice. You'll ruin everyone's mood. Just looking at him, everyone assumed back their combat position, believing Lid's demeanor was caused by an impending danger he was going to warn them about. Where is the enemy? Asked Floria, looking left and right, keeping an ear for any suspicious noise. Lid used live vision, searching for the proximities for any sign of danger. Gone, I'd say, even from above, is all trees and small animals. So, did we really win? A radiant smile appeared on Floria's face, finally lowering her stock. She turned towards her companions, her arms raised to the sky in sign of joy. The others followed her suit, getting close to each other. Before something unspeakable like asking him to partake in a group hug could happen, Lid burst their bubble. Do you really want to start screaming in the God-forsaken forest? I say that with all the ruckus we made, it's better to go back to our haven before another uninvited guest shows up. Party pooper, Solus scolded him. Nonetheless, let's get out of here. The rings are empty and your mana reserves are dangerously low. I know, using a tier 4 spell requiring Hess casting, while using 3 kinds of fusion magic really did take its toll. And I can't even use Invigorate too much. Having an apparently infinite mana capacity would raise too many questions. His words spoiled the happy mood, and by the time they got back at the cave, most of the euphoria was gone. I still can't believe it. Belia's cheeks flushed at the thought of their battle. I resent that. My plan was rock solid, Floria objected. Indeed it was, but you misunderstood me. I meant that I still can't believe I didn't screw up. After how I behaved during the first day, I was starting to believe I was a hopeless case. There. A single slip-up means nothing. It can even happen to the best of us. Vincent was mostly speaking about himself, trying to be supportive at the same time. They started sharing the highlights of each one's contribution to the victory, patting themselves on the back and complimenting to each other. Lid was already nauseous from all the niceties, seriously considering to cut off the next hand on his shoulder. If we want to eat more than hot air today, we need to prepare the meat. Has any of you ever skinned and gutted some game? Lid used earth magic to conjure several jars from the ground to collect the non-edible parts before destroying them with darkness magic. An awkward silence followed. I never hunted alone before. I would always give my game to the cook. He always took care of the rest. Floria was embarrassed, so she fiddled the ground with her foot. Interesting, Lid thought. Floria does that every time she feels uncomfortable. I could exploit this style if I ever decide to plagiarize poker. Or if you are curious about who she is interested, Solus chimed in. What? Come on, Sport, don't you want to see some romance? You are all so young and hormonal. Wouldn't it be cute if 2 of your teammates hook up? It would be a disaster. First, their mind would become even emptier. And second, I don't want to spectate some kind of making out. The cave is little and my patience is short. Solus mind-potted at him. According to Solus' observation, Floria wasn't uncomfortable around any of her teammates. That was disappointing to her. She really wanted someone to jump on Lid just to see his reaction. I know only the basics, but I'm a fast learner, Vincent volunteered, winking at the girls while thinking. Neither of them is really cute, but beggars can be choosers, he thought. I will show to the girls that the real men doesn't fear a little guts and blood. Having already experienced high school, Lid could recognize that look at first sight. Vincent had that undeserved confidence mixed with desperation and willingness to be intimate with anything that moved. "Okay," Lid said, hiding a cruel grin behind his kind mask. "First, you have to drain the blood. To do that, you hang them upside down and then cut off the head." He made an exaggerated movement on purpose, sending a little blood everywhere. Vincent's face lost its color, turning pale. Lid mercilessly handed him a big fluffy rabbit. Despite being already dead, its big round eyes were staring at Vincent like asking, "Why did you kill me?" While Vincent was trying to come up with an excuse to go back with the girls, Lid had already took the skin off his prey, handing it to Vincent. "Put it in a jar for me, please." Lid never stopped smiling with a kind and brotherly expression on his face. Vincent let the rabbit fall from the shock. When his hands touched the greasy and sticky side of the skin, he turned green, fighting against the urge to puke. "You're a monster," Solus accused him. "Guilty as charged," he confessed. "At this point, you need to perform a big incision and pull out all the organs. Like this." He turned the gutted rabbit towards Vincent to let him better appreciate the view. Just to keep on the safe side, Lid reinforced the harsh barrier and conjured the pot really close to his teammates. "Why are you still holding the skin?" Lid pretended to not have noticed he was frozen stiff. "Here, toss away the guts for me, please." When Lid handed him the viscera too, it was too much for Vincent. He fainted on the floor like a dead weight. Lid had expected some screaming and puking, but that was fine too. "What happened?" the girls asked after hearing the thump sound. They had run into the bathroom after the first blood. "Nothing. Seems Vincent is not cut to be a hunter though." After getting rid of the poser, Lid's movements became much faster and precise. It wouldn't take him long to finish. "Does anyone know how to cook?" he asked. "Are you asking that because we are girls?" Floria sounded quite enraged. "No, just because I hope someone can give me a hand." "Sorry," Belia said. "I know how to eat, though." "What about you, oh, fearless leader?" Lid poked her since Floria still refused to reply. "I never got the chance nor the desire to learn, but I'm quite skilled at eating too. Thank you for asking." Floria took a mental note to at least learn how to butcher, otherwise her hunted skills would lack a practical use. Before starting to cook, Lid cleaned everything and destroyed the jar and their content. He called the girls to wake up their fallen comrade and show them how to use first magic for cooking. When the delicious smell of roasted meat started to spread, Vincent fully regained his senses and appetite. Using so many powerful spells while fighting such a hard battle had exhausted most of their mana and stamina. They managed to wolf down everything they had got during the morning, leaving nothing for dinner. Despite not having salt or any spice, their meal was seasoned with victory and hunger, making that the best meal the three of them had ever had in their lives.